My name is Brendan Bloomer. I'm a serial entrepreneur and venture capitalist. I've been involved in everything from virtual currencies inside of big online video games to real estate. A couple years ago, I got involved with the blockchain. I initially was on the private equity side of things and started looking around the industry for platforms that I thought had the ability to take, blockchain really mainstream enterprise. I found a very talented group of individuals that had been behind some of the largest smart businesses in the market today. And we've been working together on a project for the last 9 months. And I'm really excited to show you a little bit more about EOS. But without further ado, I'd like to introduce the CTO, Dan Larimer.
Thank you, Brendan. So today I'm going to introduce EOS but before I do that, I'd like to review a little bit where we've been. Bitcoin started back in 2008, proved the concept of the ledger. And since then, it's been, blockchain technology has been explored for more and more applications. Ethereum has been attempting to do general purpose smart contracts on the blockchain. But we believe that the future, everything is going to be on the blockchain. And it's going to require a whole new scale of performance. So what is high performance? These are the requirements of real industry. You have 20,000 transactions per second just to do a Visa and MasterCard, not to mention all the other payment systems out there. Facebook's 52,000 likes per second, not including all the posts and voting and other actions that the users take. And if you're in the financial industry and you're trying to do trading, it's 100,000 transactions per second per market pair sometimes. So imagine putting all of these on a single platform so they can interoperate. Well, that would require millions of transactions per second. This is massive scale. This is what industry actually requires. And this is what blockchain technology gives us today. There's a huge gap between what we can do and where we need to be. So I'm going to talk about how we get there. And I'm going to start by talking about my history of past 4 years of development in the blockchain space. Back in 2013, I introduced the concept of the blockchain as a decentralized autonomous company. Now it's been referred to as DAO, and that's been sort of the language that stuck, but it was first introduced by a blog post of mine back then. I set out to build BitShares, a decentralized exchange on a blockchain. At the time that I was doing this, the only blockchains out there were Bitcoin, Clones, and Ripple. But I had vastly different requirements. Exchanges needed to be fast. Transactions could not be reordered. You needed finality very quickly. So very low latency, very high throughput. In order to achieve that, I invented delegated proof of stake. And that provided us fast confirmations. But I was still using technology and design approaches borrowed from Bitcoin. So in 2015, I had to reinvent the entire thing, re-implement it in order to get higher performance. So I borrowed technologies from the LMAX exchange, which processes millions of transactions in a single thread, and created Graphene. It's been proven to do 100,000 transactions per second on a local machine. In a distributed environment, it's done 20,000 transactions per second. This is peer-to-peer around the internet, organized by people other than myself. So this is very proven technology. We also added other innovations there, including making it self-funding. And self-governing. So the blockchain can actually hire people to do work and make sure it continues to go on. So we also introduced account permissions. So BitShares